the heart of a misty jungle, where shadows danced and whispers echoed, there lay a small, murky pond. This was the home of Frog Freddy and Frog Frankie, two amphibian friends who had never ventured beyond the mossy edges of their watery world. One gloomy evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and cast eerie shadows across the water, Frog Freddy and Frog Frankie sat on their favorite lily pad, their eyes wide with worry. Strange ripples had been disturbing the usually calm surface of their pond, and whispers of a new danger had spread among the water bugs and dragon fleas. Frankie, stuttered Frog Freddy, his voice barely a croak. Have you heard the scary stories? Frog Frankie nodded solemnly, his throat puffing out with each nervous breath. Yes, Freddy, they say a monster has come to our pond. As if on cue, a low, rumbling sound echoed across the water. The two frogs huddled closer, their webbed feet clinging tightly to the slippery lily pad. What was that? Frog Freddy whispered, his eyes darting from side to side. Suddenly, the water near their lily pad began to churn and bubble. A massive, scaly head emerged, its yellow eyes glowing in the dim light. It was Crocodile Carl, the most feared predator in all the jungle. Well, Crocodile Carl growled, his voice like gravel in a blender. What do we have here? Two plump little frogs, just waiting to be my dinner. Frog Freddy and Frog Frankie trembled, their little hearts pounding like jungle drums. But as Crocodile Carl's enormous jaws opened wide, revealing rows of razor-sharp teeth, something remarkable happened. Instead of freezing in fear, Frog Freddy felt a surge of courage. He looked at his friend Frog Frankie and whispered, "We're stronger together. Let's outsmart this big bully." Frog Frankie nodded, determination replacing fear in his bulging eyes. Together, they hatched a plan. "Hey, Crocodile Carl," Frog Freddy called out, his voice surprisingly steady. "We bet you can't catch us both at once." Before Crocodile Carl could react, Frog Freddy and Frog Frankie leapt in opposite directions, splashing into the murky water. The confused crocodile swiveled his massive head back and forth, unsure which frog to chase. As Crocodile Carl lunged towards Frog Freddy, Frog Frankie popped up behind him and croaked loudly, "Over here, you big lizard." Crocodile Carl spun around, snapping his jaws at the empty air where Frog Frankie had been just moments before. The clever frog had already dived back underwater, swimming to join his friend. This game of lily pad leap frog continued, with Frog Freddy and Frog Frankie taking turns distracting Crocodile Carl. They hopped from leaf to log, always staying just out of reach of those terrifying teeth. As the night wore on, Crocodile Carl grew tired and frustrated. His stomach growled louder than his angry roars, but he couldn't seem to catch either of the nimble frogs. Finally, exhausted and humiliated, Crocodile Carl sank back into the murky depths of the pond. "This isn't over, you slippery little snacks," he grumbled as he disappeared beneath the surface. Frog Freddy and Frog Frankie waited until they were sure Crocodile Carl was gone before emerging from their hiding spots. They met on their favorite lily pad, both panting heavily, but with wide grins on their faces. "We did it, Frankie!" Frog Freddy exclaimed, giving his friend a high five with his webbed hand. Frog Frankie nodded, his chest swelling with pride. "We sure did, Freddy. By working together, we outsmarted that big bully." As the first rays of dawn began to peek through the jungle canopy, casting a warm glow over the pond, Frog Freddy and Frog Frankie realized something important. They had faced their greatest fear and emerged victorious, all because they stood by each other's side. From that day forward, the two friends were known throughout the jungle as the bravest frogs in the land. And though Crocodile Carl sometimes returned to their pond, he never again tried to make a meal of Frog Freddy and Frog Frankie. For he knew that together, these two little frogs were more than a match for even the fiercest predator. As the jungle awoke to a new day, Frog Freddy and Frog Frankie settled down for a well-deserved nap, secure in the knowledge that true friendship could conquer any fear. And if you listen closely on quiet nights, you might just hear their victory song echoing across the misty waters of their jungle home.